was a great writer, a smart man. One of the things that guy taught me is humility.
Oreoluwa taught me how to love people. A type of person that would sacrifice for someone he cares for.
He never wants anyone to feel, let me say, inferior. He always wants to balance everything.
Yeah, he's funny. Yeah, very funny. And really, I've never seen him in a bad mood actually. Very fearless writer.
There's nowhere he goes to that you won't feel his impact.
God be with you till we meet again. By his counsels guide uphold.
My name is Enitan Joshua Oreoluwa, Precious. The reason why I'm a life changer is to remove the cankerworm destroying this world, especially Nigeria, which is corruption.
Strangers! Aiming to trigger the living, not just
Yeah, good.
I'm crushing on that person in that picture. No, see. No, this person fine. This person fine. No, if you're not crushing. I don't mean the person this one now.
Actually, that's my stupid best friend. Does not have sense.
Because when I talk, say this person fine. The things that they talk to you.
You see, doesn't have sense, and I don't know. He's already flexing me. Bye, guys.
Till we meet at Jesus' feet. Till we meet. God be with you till we meet again.
My name is Enitan Joshua Oreoluwa, Precious. The reason why I'm a life changer is to remove the cankerworm destroying this world, especially Nigeria, which is corruption.
Strangers! Aiming to trigger the living, not just still provide you. God be with you till we meet again.
My name is Ènìtan Joshua Oreoluwa. I'm a friend of Enitan Joshua Oreoluwa, and he died a few weeks ago. And I must confess that Enitan Joshua lived a great life. I met him 4 or 5 years ago, and the one friend I have whose growth self-developmentally is the greatest is Enitan Joshua. He is willing to learn, he's willing to observe and apply, he's logical in his thinking, and his sole aim and one of the greatest things he wanted to achieve in life was to change the world. Because personally, I think that to an extent, when I was thinking about changing the world, I began to have doubt in myself, because the world is a pretty big place to change, but that one person who has the conviction to make the world better, who believes that be an obvious change in the world as a result of his actions, is Enitan Joshua Oreoluwa. And of course, the world killed him. And he's also the kind of guy who loves people. He would reach out to you, he would talk to you, he would motivate you to do things. He thinks everybody is useful, and he's very playful. And Oreoluwa was just a lot of things, and he touched a lot of things, and I'm actually honored to have met the guy. I say, may you rest in peace.
I'm Mika Edo. I got to know him through one of Life Changers program, plus Things Connect. So he decided to create another group, Connect, for some of us who asked him to create another group for us, especially. And from then, I never got a chance to meet him in person, which is very, very grateful to me. Through the program, like after Things Connect, when he created another group, we talked a lot. We asked, like, he gives the best advice. So say like Ore gives the best advice, and is this kind of person that makes the group lively. Like, and is someone that loves people. Like, he loves people. It doesn't make you feel less of yourself. And one of it, like, inspires me a lot. Like, inspired me a lot when he was alive. The time we were talking on the group, talking about the situation of the country and everything, Ore said one thing that caught my attention. It was like, okay, we all complain about things going on in the country, like we all complain. What have you done to change it? Like, what particular thing have you done to change this country? So it's like already someone like who always wanted to, you know, to change the world. Like he wanted to change the world while he was alive. It's just so painful. I just left us in this wicked world and wasn't able to achieve that. But yes, we promised to hold his legacy. May so rest in perfect peace.
Hi, I am Bambete Milade. I got to know Oreoluwa from Life Changers, and it's been over 3 years. And then honestly, Ore has been a very, very great person. To him, everyone's idea is very, very important. Very, very important, and he has been really great. Even mostly with his writing. He's a fellow, we call him fearless writer. So even reading through everything he writes, you know that okay, yes, this guy wants to make a very good change. And then it's very, very sad to realize that he's gone. Probably we've not totally realized it though. But then Ore is gone, but he has left us with so many great things. Yeah, you can say Ore, he has, well, probably that's not his best, but he has done a lot, even within a very short time. He has done a lot, and then by God's grace will carry on with all that he has left and then do more. But I'm so glad that I was part of Ore's life one way or the other. Thank you.
My name is Enitan Joshua Precious. The reason why I'm a life changer is to remove the canker worm destroying this world, especially in Nigeria, which is corruption.
Strangers!
I am Abdulazim Ajibola Kupola. I am a friend to Ènìtan Joshua. Well, the fact is, we were not that close when he was alive, but his short-lived period actually mean a lot to me after his demise. One thing to learn about him is that he actually loved everyone. His love for everyone is indefatigable, and nevertheless, he never wants anyone to feel, let me say, inferior. He always wants to balance everything. I could remember the day I saw him once in his lifetime. The day I saw him, I went to him and said, Azim from, I think a friend to Joshua, something like that. He was like, Joshua, which Joshua, how are you doing? Okay, wow, that black boy, that was his statement. I was amused, something like that, because I was so surprised to meet someone who is so friendly and generous like that. And I want to believe everyone, including me, we will feel his impact, because he actually lived a purposeful life and he impacted so many lives, and he wished to impact more lives, but death wouldn't hold to do that. I pray his gentle soul rest in perfect peace.
I am Enitan Joshua Oreoluwa, a friend to Oreoluwa Enitan Precious. Oreoluwa was a friend. He was a friend, a very, very good friend of mine. Although we had our differences, we fought, we had plans to change the world, to change the world in our own little big way, to contribute our own quota to the society. Although he left quite early, but he lived a very, very purposeful life. Yes, he lived a very, very good life. Oreoluwa taught me how to love people, how to accept people for the way they are, how to be tolerant, how to tolerate everybody. Oreoluwa was a very, very good friend. He was a very, very good leader. He was a very, very good leader. He was a good leader. He was a very, very good leader. His impacts were felt by a lot of people. Although he's no longer existing, but I promise I will do my possible best to ensure he continues to live. I pray his soul continue to rest in perfect peace.
My name is Shoni. I got to know Oreoluwa during the Life Changers program. I remember that I was addicted to something, and when I had his lecture, it changed my life positively. Be someone who lived a purposeful life. May his gentle soul rest in perfect peace.
My name is Kolajo Enila Ajayi. I'm a friend to Ènìtan Joshua. Although I don't know him as much as I would have loved to, but I know him as someone who would always stand for whatever he believes in. Although most times we don't agree on so many issues, and then I disagree with him on so many issues, but he's a very fantastic person. He's quite, I find it difficult at times to comprehend his character, but he's someone I respect so much, and I value his contributions. I value the times I've had to speak with him and then relate with him. He's sure deserved every accolade everyone gives to him. He's special, he's important, and sincerely I love him. I pray his soul rest in peace.
Till we meet, till we meet at Jesus' feet.
I'm Olaide Gladys Olufoke, a friend to Enitan Joshua Oreoluwa. We met December 2020, as long as I can remember. We met on the social media actually, so I don't know, we became friends, became so close. Like, even his friend was like, did Oreoluwa use charm for you? And I was like, yeah, just friends. So we kind of got involved in a situationship, then we worked everything out, and he became my best friend. We've been best friends since December 2020. He's been a very, very, very good friend to me, a very good one at that. And his demise left a vacuum in my heart that can never be filled by any other person, no matter what. He was a very, very good friend, intelligent one. He comes to my house mostly, just come around to probably teach me or just talk. Then the last time he came to my house, I can remember, was January 1st, 2022. Yeah, this year. It was like, he's not eating, he just wants to take drink. And so many memories we had together. There was a time he came to my house to teach me, and then he was knocking my head, and I was like, why are you knocking my head now? He said, when you don't want to know it, uncle. So I remember most of these things. I go through my gallery, I see pictures of us together, and I'm like, wow. So it's no longer here with me again. So I pray may so rest in peace.
I'm Enitan Oreoluwa. Oreoluwa was my best friend. Though I'm still confused about the sudden death of my dear friend Oreoluwa. I'm humble touched with his time with us. Ore never lose any chance meeting new people. His possibility and inspiration is with everyone. Let's interview peace to Oreoluwa.
My name is Greatness Obulade. Oreoluwa happens to be a nice boy, a nice guy. I can call him a selfless being, just because he loves everyone, and it doesn't matter spending his all on a particular project, everyone is involved in. So I just love him for that, and I've learned a lot from him. Being loyal, respectful, jovial, generous, honest, and all that. I'm going to miss him a lot. Even I'm missing himself, I will miss him a lot. And I pray he rests in the bosom of the Almighty God. Thank you.
My name is Enitan Joshua Oreoluwa. I'm a friend with Enitan Joshua Oreoluwa. I called him Ènìtan because he's another version of Ènìtan I've ever met. That we met 3 to 4 years ago at Compro, and it's nice seeing him. Though we've been friends for long, but the first time of meeting him was at Compro, and there's always this something within me. Anytime I want to believe the fact that Oreoluwa is gone, there's always this something within me that tells me that Oreoluwa is not gone, and Oreoluwa is not going soon, because he's a legend and he died like a legend, which everyone of you can testify to that. And one thing about legends is that legend that dies are legend that their words die with them. But the fact that Oreoluwa's words keeps coming alive immediately made me to believe the fact that our friend is not dead, he's resting. Rest on, brothers. We love you.
I am Kibla to a very good friend, a very good friend of Oreoluwa, like Enitan Joshua. Precious, I love to call him Precious because he's precious. We usually hug him, and I call him Dummy too. And we will never forget that, we'll never forget that either. Well, Oreoluwa is a phenomenal kind of person. Like he's like, how am I going to put it? I'm looking for that particular word, but I can't find it now because no word can actually describe who Oreoluwa really was when he was alive. Yeah, he had a lot of dreams that, and he carried a lot of people along with his dreams. Yeah, like I mean, that kind of dream, a kind of little but big dream, like big but little. Which one? Is it little but big or big but little? Anyone? What was I saying? I said, yeah, he had a lot of dreams and he carried a lot of people along, and he was really tolerant. Really tolerant. He loved like he would never love again. Like, do you know how that feels like? Anyway, let me just wrap this up. Oreoluwa lived. He lived. He didn't just exist. He lived, and he's going to live on. Continue to rest in peace, brother. Random. Thank you.
Few days to Ore's demise, he gave me a lot of instructions that are not so unfamiliar with the people he was close with. We actually run a team, and we already with one of our other friends, Enrico Kiblat, we had this dream of, we had certain objectives and aims we want to achieve through that group. So 2 days to his death, he called me and we talked extensively on it. We made plans, but unfortunately he left us so soon with the burden of carrying on about his vision. And I know God is helping us, and we'll do our very possible best to make sure all his dreams are fulfilled. And in the light of that, we have a foundation already. We have a foundation, M19 Foundation, which was named after the day of his death. He left us physically March 19th, hence the name M19. So we have M19 Foundation, and our main purpose is to see to the needs of public secondary school students. And in light of that, very soon, in the next couple of days, we'll be clothing 10 secondary school students, because that's actually what he wanted to do. So we decided, crying, wailing, regretting some things, wounds is not the way forward. So keeping on with his dream, his legacy, his purpose, his drive is the best way we can mourn him to us. So we are doing that in light of his dream and what he actually wanted. And I know with time it will go bigger and bigger. Thank you so much.
Before his death, Oreoluwa started this episodical writing of articles where he talks about certain issues that affect human beings and the society at large, and addresses them, inspires people and motivates people to be better. And before his death, he was constantly harping on something in particular, and that is how that the society defines what success is. And it was particular about timing. Is like he calls it the society clock. Like the society clock, they determine your future and success. And that makes a lot of sense, because looking at it, this might even sound stupid, but in terms of what the society says, Oreoluwa was too young to die. But then if you are to judge the time of death by how much he has achieved, then Oreoluwa died a very old man, because that guy touched a lot of things, and he was a great writer, a smart man. And one of the things that guy taught me is humility. He was in the same class as I was. We were both in SS3 at SS201 as at the time we met. And Oreoluwa was humble to listen. He would listen, he would observe, he would logically come to conclusions to make things better. And I remember one time when we were planning to have a program on life changers, and Oreoluwa single-handedly contributed his pocket money for the whole semester. He was saving it for that particular hangout. And even myself, I didn't do much to contribute to that program, and Oreoluwa single-handedly handled it. He never knew that he was feeding almost 15 or 16 people by himself. And we thank God for the success of that program. And one thing that Oreoluwa is that he's an engine. There is no way you'd add Oreoluwa to a group and he's not more active even than the leaders of that group, because like I said earlier, he's the kind of person that believes he can change the world, and he strives his best to ensure that he does the same. So this sounds very stupid and funny because it looks too big to be true or too big to be possible, but the truth is his death has brought me closer to believing and having a conviction that it is indeed true to have an impact on the world, an obvious impact on the world, and I'll try my best to do that and immortalize his name. Thank you very much.
Till we meet, till we meet, till we meet at Jesus' feet.
Yeah, good.
I'm crushing on that person in that picture. No, see. No, this person fine. This person fine. No, if you're not crushing. I don't mean the person this one now.
Actually, that's my stupid best friend. Does not have sense.
Because when I talk, say this person fine, the things that they talk to you.
You see, doesn't have sense, and I don't know. He's already influencing me. Bye, guys.
Hey, you left without saying goodbye and you not replying my messages. Why? I tried calling you a number of times, but I guess I wasn't on time. I know the last time we spoke didn't go so well. I was rather indifferent. I didn't ask if it got to you and I was too clouded to apologize for it. The first time we met, I was welcomed with open arms, pretty expected. You teased and troubled me. Oh, now I miss it. I've got a lot to say, but I'd rather wait till we meet again. Maybe we could find a field to dress away and play. Take slow pictures and behave like kids again. Sit side by side and continue our unfinished conversations. Maybe have one of those heated arguments and afterwards teach me to play saxophone. We could storm a party just the way we discussed and try out weird food combinations. Yeah, and how could I forget the movement with other friends? Sigh. It's unlike me to admit, but I really do miss you. And I hope when we finally do meet again, you'll be happy to see me. Maybe then we'll check out everything on our bucket list. Till next time, rest in peace. Why?
My mind will never cease to travel in wonder as to why women are taught never to walk alone in the dark, instead of men being taught not to be predators on lone women.
My mind will never cease to try to phantom as to why women are taught not to leave their drinks without eyes on guard, instead of men being taught not to drug women.
My mind will drift, trying to get the logic as to why women are taught to keep their skirts above their calves, instead of men being taught not to stare ravenously at women until the shooting up of their little men. My mind will stop on the track of reason and open up inquiry as to why women have to bear on their backs the reproach of being raped, after bearing us on their backs as little suppliants.
My mind will be blind to your furious facial expressions as to the incessant blames you have on your lips on why we have to leave our doors open or our car unlocked.
My mind will question your unreasonable nerve as to why you compare women with bricks and destructible elements.
My senses will shut yours up and open your eyes to see the truth that the legs of women are not as your filthy doors which you can open and close at will.
My senses will speak to your sense as to why the bodies of women are not like your filthy towels on which you trample upon with your dirty foot, reeking sweat and beer-stained breath.
My senses will reverberated to you women as to how no one should overpower you and how that you should not fear for your safety for having a bit of cleavage on show, because this is the right time to get rid of the ridiculous notion that women are inferior to men.
My senses will sound the drums as to how women are blessed with the power to grow within the space of their stomachs in just 9 months, how that they can have multiple orgasms and feel as if the universe is exploding within their bodies.
My person will renounce the gods as to the mentality of men putting themselves on a shaky pedestal, referring to women as less than who they are.
My person will trumpet in ecstasy as to how women are not damsels in distress that they are made out to be, and how they need not a man to rescue them from the imprisonment of a thought. My person will increase the no volume as to how women are seen to be awakened from their blindness and given the ability to see and live through our kisses, and to the idea that women need a 7-man army and a prince to unlock their glass temple.
My person will roar in firmness as to the end of this rape culture, seeing to its destruction in open flames and the abolishment of its jokes which are not funny and never will be.
My person will represent the truth as to how this is not about how they dress, how that a little dress does not represent yes, how that is not being able to wear the outfit that they want to, but is being told that after we have touched them, no one would ever want them again.
My mouth will define the actuality as to how this is not being able to breastfeed in public for its seen as provocative, but how women walk down the road with their knees wedged between their knuckles as they can never be too careful.
My mouth will hear its chants as to how women should unleash their light and power, and how they are not pretty little things, neither are they people of their bums or the size of their boobs.
My mouth will express its vocals as to how women are so much more than their bodies and that they need not shabbily embalm themselves in the name of cover-up.
My mouth will gladly announce to the society as to how they need to cover their damn eyes, because women are beautiful explosives, not playing along anymore.
My mouth will read out the scripture as to how it is not thy responsibility to be beautiful, as ye are not alive for that purpose. That existence is not about how desirable it finds thee, but how ye need to let yourselves be free.
And free indeed.
Till we meet, till we meet, till we meet at Jesus' feet.
My name is Olani Eniola. Ore was, let's just say, my classmate, and we were kind of close. There's literally no way that he'll be his classmate and he won't be his friend, because it was kind of very, very lousy. There's nowhere where it goes to that you literally won't feel his presence. Literally nowhere. After secondary school, we happened to, he was still one of the friends that was actually available, because he loves to be everywhere. So I happened to invite him to my church. So he comes to my church almost every Sunday. In church, let's just say this is my own church, but to be honest, Ore actually mingled, let me use that word mingle, with everyone more than I did. Almost than I did. The other day I even got surprised that girls started giving him stuff in my church, and I was like, me that I've been in this church, I literally didn't get stuff like that. And Ore is very, very good at that. There's nowhere he goes to that you won't feel his impact. Children teachers, teenagers teachers, they all loved him. It was people were actually happy I even brought him to church. I brought him to my church because he was actively involved in everything. We became very close, and a friend also was usually available in church. We attended programs together. He came for my dad's birthday. We did a lot of things together. It's really, really sad that he's actually gone right now, but we thank God for everything. He knows best. I may so rest in peace.
Ore was everything, sincerely. I don't know, he was like my school father, my best friend. He knew some things about me, not all, but at least the few times we had spent together, I really enjoyed it, and I never expected something like this would have happened. Many things brought us together: food, football, my crush. I told him about my crush, and he also told me about who he crushed on, like many things, and like he was always teasing me about it though, but I enjoyed it. There were many times we fought, but it was always like for the best, because we just come back together. Sometimes we won't apologize. Sometimes we just come to me and we'll be like, okay, we're sorry. Most times on WhatsApp. Because we fought a lot on WhatsApp, and I never knew this was going to happen. But God knows best, Sha. I love him and I always remember him. My name is Asha the Grey.
Ore was a nice guy. He was everything. He was a type of person that would sacrifice for someone he cares for. If he realizes, okay, this person we are close at home, he will sacrifice what he wants for that person. He always thinks about others first.
Well, Ore was my brother. Not by blood, but I have to refer to him as my brother, not to refer to him as his sister. He was my best friend. We joke a lot. I wear his cardigan. We do a lot of things. He advises me and I also advise him. Sometimes you just act so annoying and I'll be like, you're my brother, and you'll be like, yes. My brother often referred to him as my boyfriend, but I always laugh it out and be like, he's my brother. He is always my brother and he'll still be my brother. My name is Rachel.
My name is Olani Messi. I know Ore through my brothers, Joshua and Eniola. I actually saw him in my mom's school once, and I was like,
who is this guy self? Because normally I like being with my brothers most times. And when I see someone with them, I get somehow. And I was like, who is this guy? That time I didn't even talk to him because I was like, he just came and interfered somehow. So I didn't even talk to him sure that day. But then I got to know him better and I found out that he was actually a very good guy. Yeah, he's funny. Yeah, very funny. And really, I've never seen him in a bad mood actually. We don't talk in school. We talk mainly at home and in church. I don't really see him in school because I feel I have something very special with him. So I don't like it when I'm with other people and talking to him. I felt talking to him privately. So I really saw him as a brother. I actually counted him as one of my blood brothers. I once decided that okay, in my life I will have 5 brothers. Well, maybe God just didn't want it like that. So now I have 4. Already planned, like the other time he was even planning my life for me, my future. It was funny, but I was looking towards it. I was looking forward to it. But then God called him to his bosom and well, that future we planned together has been tarnished. But I believe that even though he's not with us now, there's no how we can forget about him. That's just a way. It's not something we can forget in a jiffy. There is no how. In most things you remember him. There was a time on Mr. Bido's birthday and the way I dressed, some were like, you are dressed just like Ore. I was like, well, because normally Ore is a turtleneck guy. He likes turtlenecks and some jackets. So that's how I dressed that day. And he actually reminded me of him a lot. So, as I said, Ore is kind. He's not gentle. He's troublesome. That one is sure. He's troublesome. He's cheerful. And the way that Ore relates with someone, it's very difficult for you to say no to him. And he also doesn't say no to you. There's no how you can be angry at Ore. You still have that soft spot for him. He just has that thing in you. So he gets to people, he relates to people a lot. There's no one that is not Ore's friend. Everybody is Ore's friend. And they will still be Ore's friend even though he's not here. So I just pray that may his perfect soul rest in peace. And he will always be remembered.
My name is Enitan Oreoluwa, and I'm talking in respect of Enitan Joshua. Ore was someone very dear to me. He was my namesake. He was like a brother to me. And there are some things that my brother has never done to me that Ore has actually done, like asking about crush and boyfriend stuff. And sometimes I will even be slapping me, beating me. I would like that moment I hated him and I just wish that he would just go and never come back home. And there was even a time that we fought and we got back together. It was never as if he apologized and he just slapped my head and I'll be like, stop it. Ore was very kind. He was a cheerful giver, and even during this our SS3 campaign, there are sometimes that I'll be stranded, I'll not have anything with me. Ore will give me money, 200 naira, 500 naira at times. And even the short period of time that I used to come to our house, I will spend together. We'll play games together. And there are sometimes that I'll be eating and be like, Ore, my namesake, give me small now. Just tease the stuff. I'll be like, why not? Why would I not give my namesake? Just finish. Even when my brother will be like, they'll be fighting over let me say something or arguing. We'll be like, Ore, come and interfere now. You know, you're a very good debater and those stuff. You just come here and play with me, everybody, even those in the compound know him, even if they don't know him. For the little time he spent with us, everybody knew him in the compound and it was really great.
At first, I didn't like Ore because when I was in SS1 then, he was always in school. That time, he had not resumed into the university. So he was always in school and like everyone would just be calling him, all teachers would just be calling him Ore and then he'd be shouting. So I hated his voice. I hated hearing his voice. But later, when he came back, like when he came to the hostel, when we were in SS2, beginning of SS2, he started to teach us maths. mathematics. So like that was when we bonded, and Ore was actually a very funny guy. But at the same time, I was always annoying him, and he always annoys me too. Like he was always doing it, sometimes on purpose self. And one thing about Ore is that whenever he's hungry, like he's always angry. So like he'll be like, no, 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 don't talk to me. If you don't have food to give me, don't talk to me. And then I'll just have to look for something to give him. I was like the person feeding him when he was in that hostel. When we were in the hostel, because I actually left the hostel too. And yeah, there was even a particular day I annoyed him. I ate his food. It was just vexing, but I was just like, "Oh, why you vexing? Clinic. But later, we came back together. We started talking. We forgot about it, and it just felt nice. Like actually, when I remember our memories, I'm always like laughing. I'm not always crying. I'm always laughing. Though I miss him, and he was always like we're always best of friends. Anytime there was a Madrid match, and I remembered him today because we have a match today, and he's not actually here because they have been like Ala Madrid, Kinko, but then it's still my body sharp. I miss him, and may his soul rest in perfect peace.
I greet everyone listening to me or watching this video. My name is Adebola Marcos. I am a teacher and I teach at Comprehensive Academy. My students address me as Mrs. Marcos and my colleagues too. I want to briefly talk about the late Ènìtan Oreoluwa. It actually saddens my heart that I had to call Ènìtan Oreoluwa late. I had to put that word before his name. Today, I wish I would be saying this while he's still alive, but what can we do? That is what fate has brought to us. Oreoluwa used to be my student, but not just my student. He was more or less a son to me. He was more or less a brother. Okay, who am I to Oreoluwa? I was his teacher. I was close to him, and he was more than a student to me. He was more of a son, of a younger brother, of a mentee to me, because then it was always coming around to give helping hands in terms of academics, in terms of extracurricular activities, even in terms of academic works. I always come to ask you if you would need his help, if you would need him to help you out on something. So he was my student, not just a student, but a very special one, a very special one at that. For how long have I known him? I've known Oreoluwa in Ènìtan since 2017, and my first encounter with him was debate, after which we I had reasons to take him out to Lagos for Rotary Rotary Club of Nigeria. And I would keep saying this, that Ore was an exceptional being, exceptional student. You can't take him out as a student, as a person, and regret taking him out. He will always comport himself. He will always been willing to dance to your tune as your student. Since I've known him, since 2017, I've never had any reason to look at him and say, this is a bad boy. No. Like I said, had lots of peculiar, experiences. And lately, before he died, there was a time we wanted to organize literary and debating activities in school, and he came around. And was like, Mrs. Marcos, I'm here. Is there anything you would want me to do? He began to, you know, analyze those things we always do, those lined up activities we always are for literary and debating. And I was like, okay, Mrs. Marcos, is this in place? Have you done this? Is there any reason for us to do this? Do we have to, he made, despite that, he was my student. He made my work very light and easy because he was there to help. He was there to help. And I'll always be like, "Irú ọmọ wo leléyìí? This one is an exceptional child, very exceptional in character." Yeah, do I have any peculiar experience with Oreoluwa? Of course, I have a lot of peculiar experiences. Like I said, the first thing that brought us together was debate. And the first thing he did that struck my heart was his willingness. Back then, we just tell them, okay, you have a debate to handle. Just go prepare yourself. And before you know it, the following day, other would come with points backing up his argument on the topic given to him. And even if he comes with points and you tell him he's still not going to represent the school because you feel he still has some things to do and you expect him to get angry, no, he won't. He will take it with joy and would always be willing to spot his fault and make corrections. Make corrections. And another peculiar experience I had, I would say this to round up that the good things about him is actually inexhaustible. You can't exhaust it. You can't. Many people around him would say one or two things he has done that has made them feel that this kind of person is not the one that should have died early like this. But I would say that, permit me to say this in Yoruba, wípé igi tó tọ́ kò kí ń pẹ́ nígbó. As young as Ore was, he had impacted many people. He had made impact in many lives that it was after his death they began to unfold. But I thank God that he lived an impactful life. And I will say this, it saddens my heart to talk about you like this, Oreoluwa. And I want you to know, regardless of how you died, and I would say this again, that you live on in our heart. Your memory, the memories you have created in us, linger on. I pray that your soul finds eternal rest and that the Lord comfort your family. We are part of your family. Yes, I would say that I I was close to you and I saw you as a son, a younger brother. So I can boast my chest. I can be boastful that you were a family and you continue to be. I love you so much, even in your death. He wanted me to speak on a particular topic, and he was always like, Mistress, please, I want you to help me analyze this. I say, I want those coming behind us to be able to know that this is what they should do. I saw the eagerness, enthusiasm. I saw the ecstasy in him wanting to impact his generations. So, one thing I learned about him that inspired me is that he's a patient person. He is somebody that will give up anything. Give up his luxury, his time, his even his money to make sure that those coming behind him or the world at large get well, get fine. And let me say this to round up because of my time. I would say that
Till we meet, till we meet, till we meet, till we meet at Jesus' feet. Till we meet, till we meet, till we meet. God be with you till we meet God be with you till we meet again. Neath His wings protecting hide you. Daily manna still provide you. God be with you till we meet again. God be with you till we meet again. When life's perils they confound you, put till we